All right, hello guys. Today I want to talk about something. I shouldn't have to make this video, but I'm gonna do it anyway, and I'm gonna show people how Where Winds Meet actually runs, and people don't want to admit that the game actually runs it. And we're gonna be talking about Where Winds Meet does run Unreal Engine 5, but we're also going to be talking about the development of the game. This is the real truth on how Where Winds Meet is actually developed. So technically, I'm gonna say this: Where Winds Meet is made, right? The making of the game, how the game is built. Where Winds Meet is made by the Everstone Studio, which is the people who work there. They're working in that room to make the game. And I'm going to say this. It says at the bottom right here, the game is also built with Everstone in-house Messiah engine. Let me tell you what that is. The Messiah engine is actually the NetEase game engine. And what they said about their game, about Where Winds Meet, they literally said that the game is made, right? How the game is built. They literally said that the game was built by their NetEase game engine, which is the Messiah engine. They're just using a different word for it, and by Everstone Studio and published by NetEase Game, which is the NetEase game engine too, not just published by NetEase, but it's the NetEase game engine and how the game is built. How the game is made. The making of the game is built by NetEase game engine, Messiah engine. But they didn't say that was the core of the game. Now, here's the thing. The game Where Winds Meet runs Unreal Engine 5 in graphics and performance. They are not the same when it comes to what is built and what runs. There's two differences. And that's what people don't understand. When people deny that Where Winds Meet does not run Unreal Engine 5 when the game actually does, this is the difference, because people don't know the difference between what is built and what runs. They're not the same thing. There's two meanings behind that. What is built is the making of the game, and what runs is how the game runs in performance and graphics. They're not the same thing, and this is what people don't understand about Where Winds Meet, because I had two guys in my comments telling me that the game does not run Unreal Engine 5 and denying that, and then saying that the game runs Messiah engine, and people don't know what Messiah engine is. They're just giving you a different title, but really it's NetEase game engine development of the game, how the game is built. But they didn't say that Messiah engine was the game that's going to give graphics and performance. That's not the same thing. So no, that's false. And that's why I'm telling people that Messiah engine does not run by graphics and performance. It runs by the development of the game, how the game is being made, how the making of the game, and what runs the game is Unreal Engine 5. And I am correct because I stand by that. And I already knew that the game was running Unreal Engine 5 because when I went to my PlayStation, to the, how you go to the game and you click on the game on PS5 and then you go down and you see the title of the game and where at the bottom it says where the release date is, and then it says the style of the game and everything else. But at the bottom on the right corner, after it said November 14th was released, on the right corner it said the game runs Unreal Engine 5. That's why I knew. And then before that, they removed it after the release because they didn't want people to know that the game runs Unreal Engine 5. So people are just giving misinformation because the developers didn't want you to know that the game was running on Unreal Engine 5. So there's a bunch of people making content about where winds meet and then denying that the game does not run on Unreal Engine 5 when the game actually does. Just not 100% because I didn't say in any of my posts about where winds meet runs Messiah Engine. I never mentioned Messiah Engine. I never said anything in my post on my Twitter post. I never said anything about Messiah Engine or denying or no, I knew that the game was running Unreal Engine 5 in graphics and performance, but a lot of people don't want to admit that. That's the problem, where people will deny things over what is truth, and the truth hurts. That's why people are denying it, saying that the game does not run Unreal Engine 5 when it actually does, because the information is right here, right? So this is the problem with a lot of people not willing to admit that the game runs Unreal Engine 5 in graphics and performance, but how the game is being made and how the game is built is the Messiah engine, which is the NetEase game engine, is the development by the game. That's not the same thing between development and graphics and performance, and how these two engines are different. Messiah engine is a different engine, and people don't want to admit that because they think, oh, this is the only engine that's actually running the game, when there's not the same thing. That's not even the point. The point is that the game is built by Messiah engine, which is the NetEase game engine, and that's how the game is built. But they did not say the game was running that engine. They said that Unreal Engine 5 is what they chosen to run the game. That's a big difference. So people don't know what built means. Honestly, there's quite a few people that don't know what that word means, or don't know what Unreal Engine 5 is. And I gave you it. I gave you the information. Unreal Engine 5 is a graphic engine. You use materials to apply to the game to build the graphics and performance. That's how Unreal Engine 5 works. If you go watch the Unreal Engine channel, it'll tell you how the game is being run by this engine, how these objects are implemented in this game. But they didn't say that's how the game was built. I never mention that in my post, right? So that's the biggest difference, and what I'm trying to get people to understand, that Where Winds Meet runs Unreal Engine 5 in graphics and performance. Remember that. And remember that Messiah engine is the NetEase game engine. How is the development of the game, the making, and how the game is built. Two different things. Remember that. They're not the same. And just admit that the game runs Unreal Engine 5 in graphics and performance. Just admit it. That's all you got to do. Just admit it. There's no copium. The truth is right here. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.